have good root system all the way around. So you want to improve the nibari, you want to expose it, you want to see it.
Tweede reden waarom je de nibari, de wortelvoet, gaat onderzoeken is om te zien of er goede wortels zijn, liefst rondom de stam. Als dat het geval is, is dat een pluspunt.
Au, au, au.
Nou, even naar huis.
Ja hoor.
Zoals gezegd.
Kom, geef u.
Ik wel de Pall.
Okay, I want another tree. Oh no, you can have mine.
Dat is ook een
Ja, die ene stam, dat dunste stammetje, zal blijkbaar toch moeten verdwijnen. Tenminste, hij zegt, I hate this.
It would be interesting, but it would be too obvious, too aggressive, too showing off. I try my best not to show off what a wonderful tree I
Okay, so it's not so bad, but it's certainly, I have better tops at home, but that's what I can do with this tree. And the rest is just a lot of work and some sort of feeling for bending the branches. Now I cannot really tell you what I'm doing. I'm just fiddling, I'm just bending them the way I think it could grow. You will just have to try very hard, and it's going to take a long, long time. The wiring is just craft. You have to put wire on. Many people think, oh, I can do bonsai, I can wire. Well, that's only the start. The trick is really the bending. Well, the first trick was really to be brave enough to take off 80% of all foliage, only work with 3 or 4 branches. And in the beginning, probably everybody thought, now this will be a very sparse, thin tree. Now you see, it looks rather thick, right? Thick. Like it has enough foliage. I mean, you're not thinking that this tree should have more foliage.
No.
Now that's a trick which works extremely well because it makes the tree look old. And it's good for the tree which is pretty sloppy. Well, as I said, well, it's a question of time, and in 5 years we'll speak. The next thing you will see, the wiring is a bit sloppy. Well, I mean, you should have seen my wiring 10 years ago. I think it has improved tremendously, but Bruhl will hate me. Bruhl will probably ask me to take everything off. Thanks God I'm not his student. Okay, so, however, I think that the end result really counts. What does the tree look like in 10 years, okay? And it doesn't matter at all whether my wiring 10 years ago was very properly, as long as it does the job, okay? And then you will say, very smart people will see the following, that I have wired quite a lot of small branchlets, which I know will die. Why is that? Because I want to have a nice looking tree. Okay? So there are quite a few, like at least 20 to 50 little small branches which have no bud. And I know they will die, but at the moment it looks nicer. Okay? However, in the next few years, there will be enough buds, and this will be a nice tree. If it's in the right pot, which is rather small, powerful pot, not too, it can be powerful because it has a pretty powerful base. I'm thinking of cutting this off, but I think I'll let the owner do that, okay? If you don't like it, you can actually cut off all these, both of the trunks. So anyway, as you can see, it is possible out of a garden shrub to make something that looks pretty much like a very mature bonsai already from far away, okay? From close you see that it was freshly styled, especially with the deadwood. Okay, I wouldn't do much more or anything more at the moment. I have done a bit more than I would do at home. Like at home I would take my time over a couple of months, but that's okay. This tree will be okay. So, that's about it.
En uiteraard zal men fouten ontdekken en daar misschien gelukkig mee zijn. Hè? Foutjes in bedrading, maar hij zegt oké, de bedrading is sowieso al een stuk beter dan wat ik 10 jaar geleden deed. Maar goed, de bedraden op zich is effectief. Het heeft zijn resultaat. En misschien moeten ze wel verdwijnen, wat je hier prachtig gedemonstreerd krijgt. Hè. Maar goed, zeg, neem de tijd, wacht nog een paar jaar en neem dan uw beslissingen. En hoogstwaarschijnlijk zullen ze dan verkleinen en zullen ze er een stuk beter uitzien. En dan nog één opmerking. Alle takjes zijn bedraad, ook die hele fijntjes. Ook al weet hij dat een deel van die fijne takjes zullen afsterven. Waarom heeft hij die moeite dan toch genomen?
Self-taught. I never in my whole life was in Japan, but still the whole bonsai world knows me. Well, how that happened, I don't know. Anyway, I had no teacher to tell me something. I'm totally self-taught, so I brought up this sort of concept that I'm building a tree here, not a bonsai, and the tree doesn't really have a front. It must look credible from all sides. And you walk around it and you may find one side which you like best, but maybe you cannot even decide. There you take the photograph, okay? And that everybody does that different. I certainly have a preferred front, but probably somebody else has a different one. So I think it's my job as an artist, if I may call myself an artist, in my culture it's okay, some other cultures if you don't do that. As an artist, I offer a tree with many possible fronts, and some of them are good and some of them are not so good. And it's totally up to you which you like best. Okay?
Goed, en dan ja, altijd.